Good morning, BPC. I'm here this morning to speak to you about something very dear to my heart, our Mexico work camps and Amor Ministries. We've been in partnership with Amor for over 30 years. This past year has been especially difficult for any service organization, but particularly those that cross the border like Amor does. It was over 20 years ago that Phil Friedman and Tom Bagamani sequestered me on the patio outside and petitioned me to sign up for an upcoming Mexico work camp. They told me how the trip, we get up at the crack of dawn, assemble in the alley outside in back of the church in the dark, pack our vans, load the box truck, and then race off to the border. We get to sit for 2 to 3 hours waiting for the Mexican authorities to take out all of our packages and supplies, looking for what? Chicken. They're looking for chicken. Apparently, taking chicken into Mexico is contraband. Little did we know on that first trip. Then onward to our campsite, an hour and a half away from the border, then off to the work sites after unloading our vans as quickly as we can, like the little dwarfs in Walt Disney, where we rapidly mix cement, both men and women chipping in, doing the hard work. This is a crucial first step because if you don't get the foundation laid that first day, it's difficult to complete the house in 3 days. Then we get back, if we're lucky, to the campsite before it's totally dark, and you have to put up your tent as if you were blind. So that was the introduction that Phil and Tom told me, and then they said, for this experience, you get to pay $300. At that point, I was wondering how I could escape. But then they brought the big artillery. Tom begins with his usual mantra, the big W and the little w. As many of you know that have worked down there, the little w is the hard work we all put in. The big W is serving the Lord. Then they tell me about the camaraderie and the great friends we're going to make with perfect strangers at the beginning of the trip. They tell me about the wonderful food. They tell me about the campfires at nighttime. And of course, who can forget taking communion in the dark or the intimate devotional services with 4 or 5 of our fellow volunteers. You can tell I get choked up. Because this is one of the best experiences of my life. For me personally, the sense of gratitude and awareness for what and all the blessings that I have. But not just that, it's also for looking into the faces of the Mexican families that embraced the simple joys of their extended family, their amazing love for their animals, and the hope that their faith provides for them. They are so grateful for our help, and we are in turn grateful to them for allowing us to serve. The highlight, of course, for everyone is the closing celebration, when, if we're lucky, we get to hand over the keys to their new house. There are plenty of tears, just like I have right now, to go around, and hugs, which I miss desperately for the past year, that we pile into our vehicles, trying not to smell one another, and head for our own homes across the border. We're exhausted. Yes, we're exhausted, but we're filled with the Holy Spirit, which teaches us that we are all one. The Mexico work camps, in my opinion, have been the heart and the soul of BPC mission for over 3 decades. None of this would have been possible without Amor Ministries, who provide the support staff, shepherd us across the borders, help us when we have difficulties, and get us safely back home. They are the ones that find the Mexican pastors and the congregations and the families that will work with us. Their staff and supervision at the work sites is absolutely amazing. They keep us safe, and we have a lot of fun. Amor needs our support now more than ever. Like most organizations, this has been a very difficult year, and it has been very difficult for Amor. They need our spiritual support and our financial. Thank you very much.